up in the six, and you should ignore these rappers, man. They say anything. Call me Susie Piggy Bank. I got plenty change. She rep HBK over everything. Married to the game.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Ernie Johnson.
Have an interconference affair lined up for you today as the Cleveland Cavaliers come in for this one. Welcome to 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. I'm Kevin Harlan, and here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. So Golden State will get the first possession. Here's the starting group for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Filling out the wings, it's Shumpert and LeBron. Down low, it's Love and Mozgov. And it's Irving at the one spot. Well, last season would be one where Kevin Love played a different role, saw his numbers decline, but that was, I think, especially with LeBron and Kyrie, much better players than he ever had in Minnesota. That was to be expected.
It's a great point, Kevin. And Love dropped about 10 points per game in terms of his output. The field goal percentage as well as three-point percentage was down, but still, he traded it all to be on a winning team. And I really feel like his numbers will start to go up as he makes the adjustment to playing with great players.
Good point. Here's Thompson. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
And they get the first bucket.
And they'll hope that sets the tone at the offensive end going forward. It doesn't always work out that way, but better to start fast than not.
Now here's Love. It's Mozgov, top of the key. And a strong finish with two hands.
Sheer, unadulterated power right there. I mean, he ripped it down with both hands.
Absolutely. A resounding dunk.
Just a take no chance slam by the big fella.
And, you know, for Love last season, we knew he'd be in a supporting role to LeBron. You put any player next to LeBron, and he automatically becomes some kind of role player. Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
The Warriors have gone 2 or 3 here to start off the game. Again, Golden State.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play. And thinking back to Love and his numbers last year, we saw the same thing from Bosh when he played with LeBron. Love and Bosh had similar reductions in scoring, but both were still great players, and they both have the ability to adapt and impact the game in other ways.
And it's the Cavaliers with the ball. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach David Blatt. One player that he's talked to his guys a lot about is Stephen Curry. He said Curry's one of the premier shooters in the game, and he's got that quick trigger. We really have to be tight to him, get physical, and try to get him on his heels as much as possible. Guys, Curry is an excellent free throw shooter. We'll see if they can do that without fouling him.
And thank you for that, Doris. Now Shumpert after the missed three from Stephen Curry. Irving can't hit.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Thompson. And again, it's the Warriors missing. The Cavaliers have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Irving with it, picked up by Thompson. Shumpert in the corner, fires the 3. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Warriors trail by 3. Cavs didn't start the season as a team built around the 3, but they would end it that way.
Yeah, and after the trade for Smith and Shumpert, it changed their dynamic. All of a sudden, they can do a lot of damage from beyond the arc.
And here is Irving after the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. Pass to Shumpert. From deep. Here's Love, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
And doing some dirty work on the offensive glass.
And then follows it up, Greg, with heavy-duty jam on his mind with a terrific putback.
Got a pigeon on that one. Easy money right there, fellas. Going old school on you young fellas. Look that up, pigeon.
And here's Irving after the three-pointer from Klay Thompson. Love outside. Barnes grabs the miss.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D. And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket. And don't let them set up the defense.
Now here's Shumpert after the miss from Klay Thompson. And there's the defensive 3-second call. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Cavaliers.
They pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse, and that frees up the shooters going forward.
Also, what passing we've seen from them here early. I mean, there could be a big number in the assist column if this keeps up.
And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Mozgov. Thompson comes in for Kevin Love. J.R. Smith's checked in for LeBron. And Mo Williams subbed in for Shumpert.
And guys, last season was a painful one for Anderson Varejao. He had finally shaken the back injury that sidelined him the year before, signs the multi-year contract. Contract extension with the Cavs. Things were starting to look up. Then only 3 weeks later, he tears the Achilles and was ruled out for the season. You talk about a tough break.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. And adding insult to injury, certainly, Greg, as you were talking about, Varejao played well at the start of last season. Shooting 56% from the field. Clark, I think he was over 70% from the line. Those were career highs.
Yeah, and a terrible blow for Varejao and the Cavs because of that injury, the Achilles tendon. But it led to the deal for Mozgov, and that's worked out quite nicely.
Williams, that's good.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
And a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
And the officials call a traveling violation. Jefferson's checked in for Cleveland.
Richard Jefferson.
Warriors trail by 8. On its way from Barbosa for 2. That's short off the rim.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places he could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot up.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
It's stolen by Jefferson. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. And he can extend the lead to double digits. Golden State's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. That one a little long. Lots of room. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Jefferson's got his first points in this one. Here's Livingston, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. Cavaliers lead by 10, and back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And Cavs head coach David Blatt beginning his NBA career after a long...
There's just a lot more practice time. And when the games come, you're still playing 2, maximum 3 times a week. You know, here you could be playing 4 or 5 times a week, and your practice time is going to be limited, and your ability to change things is going to be limited. You know, adjustments can and will be made and should be made, but you got to be a lot more pointed.
And Blatt, one of the most successful American coaches in European basketball history, Clark, and he's done a great job in his first season with the Cavaliers in the NBA, but nothing he did overseas certainly can compare to this.
And, you know, that's why, Kevin, people always talk about it in terms of being a marathon and not a sprint. There's nothing that compares to the NBA grind. Nothing is comparable to it.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And from what you guys have seen so far from Cleveland, what's your take?
I just don't know that you're going to see a better quarter defensively than what we saw in the first.
Really a big part of why they're on top here. The defense has been on point.
The Splash Brothers are the guards. Green at the 4 with Bogut at the 5. And it's Barnes in at the 3 spot. That's the group for the Golden State Warriors to start the second quarter. And it's Dellavedova missing.
The bucket just not well protected, but still he doesn't convert too often. That's been the story with him.
Thompson inside the line, falls back and drains the fadeaway jumper. Thompson's got 12 in the game. The Cavaliers leading by 7.
And guys, nice to see Bogut out there given all the injuries that he's had to overcome in his career. Just glad to see him at full strength.
And here's Thompson after LeBron James hitting the 3. And Shumpert kicks to LeBron. They shoot again, and it's finished off by Shumpert as he lays it in. And now it's a 12-point Cavalier lead.
Yeah, can't be pleased with all these easy looks they continue to give up there in the paint.
No, I'm sure he's not, Greg. I mean, their defense is showing a lot of holes. Especially down low. That's unacceptable.
A different look now for Cleveland. Mozgov, he's checked in for Thompson. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova. Thompson misses. Cavaliers have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. And James with the basket on the assist by Irving. James has got 5 points so far.
Defensively, I think they've got to do a better job of bodying them up.
Clearly, they've been outclassed in the paint, really at both ends of the floor.
The Cavaliers leading by 14. He feeds it to Shumpert, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by James.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Here's Curry. He's got 5. Shot to stop the run. Good. 8 points for him. Cavaliers have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Mozgov sets a screen for Shumpert. He's looking for Love and finds him. Got it. And he's now 3 for 5 from the field.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more. Boy, I tell you, the Warriors did something that no other team had ever done before. They ended the regular season ranked first in field goal percentage and field goal percentage defense. Essentially, they were the best offensive and defensive team in the league. Remarkable.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers. Last season for the Warriors really dominated from beginning to end to lead the league and Greg, both offensive and defensive efficiency.
And, Kevin, a lot of people knew the Warriors were good at offense. I mean, but they've been equally as good defensively over the past few seasons. Kind of flying under the radar for whatever reason. Not the case going forward. Playing smart offensively in the first half, no doubt about it.
Yeah, the numbers support it. I mean, they're shooting the much better percentage from the field so far.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
It's stolen by Bogut. Warriors trail by 15. On its way from Curry for 2. No good off the front iron. Thompson against James. Irving dishes to Love. It's stolen by Green. On its way from Curry for 2. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
They're absolutely stroking it from outside. I mean, textbook perfect. Good balance, nice high release, splash.
Now here's Shumpert. 7 points in the game. It's stolen by Green. Thompson for 3, and he gets it to go. Thompson's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Warriors.
And 2 more three-point field goals for him here in the second quarter. Somebody had better get a hand up.
Shumpert against Barnes. And Shumpert kicks to Mozgov. Now Shumpert. It's a pick by Love. Clock at 4. Shumpert, no good.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
Out of bounds.
Clark, remember a year ago, Klay Thompson was the subject of trade speculation, possibly, in fact, going to the Timberwolves for Kevin Love.
Yeah, in the end, the Warriors stood pat, and it was a controversial decision at that point, but I don't think there's any question it was a pretty good move for the Warriors right now.
Spates checked in for Golden State. Iguodala comes in for Klay Thompson. Now here's Curry, following the miss by Kyrie Irving. 56 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Smith wide open. He fires. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. And the Cavaliers lead by 13.
And the Warriors, also inking Thompson to that 4-year, $70 million extension. A big show of faith on their part, and it's looking like money well spent.
Irving against Curry. Irving drives in. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. And that's now 8 points for Love.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
And now Klay Thompson with deeper pockets, but never one to splurge. His father taught him well. I mean, his rookie year, he drove the family hand-me-down. He bought his next car used, so his focus is clearly on the game, not the glitz and glamour.
Kevin Love with a strong contribution so far in this one.
I mean, he's getting to the rack all game, and if they can't do a better job of keeping him out of the paint, they're in for a long night.
Timeout called the Warriors. 17 seconds left now here in the second. Kicks to Ezeli. Wants to get it to Spates and does. The shot, no good. From deep. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. That'll do it for the first.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith, and it's the NBA. It's Cleveland out on top at halftime. They lead by 15. Kenny, let's go to you. Your opinion on their game so far.
Well, they were dishing out dimes left and right.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started. Back to Kevin Harlan and the rest.
We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
And in terms of points in that first half, you know, he's now at a point where we expect him to perform that way.
And, Greg, that tells you all you need to know about what a talent he is. I mean, I'll bet he adds a lot more to his totals after the break.
On the court for Cleveland. Down low, it's Love and Mozgov. Filling out the wings, it's Shumpert and LeBron, and it's Irving in at the point. Now, here is Irving. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points. Here's Thompson to the inside. And Curry the bucket on the assist by Thompson. And that's now 17 points for Steph Curry. Cleveland's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. Well, you go back last season, the Cavs had a very slow start to the year. Not surprising. They had a lot of new faces and people they were bringing together. Clark, it didn't look like the powerhouse they would end up being as we saw.
Well, you know, they were kind of fumbling and bumbling around in the 5th and 6th spots in the East for the first half of the season. Made some changes, though, through trade, and that got them going, I think.
And those mid-season trades for the Cavs really turned things around. Mozgov came in, J.R. Smith and Shumpert secured that 2 spot, gave this team an incredible edge defensively.
Here's Curry, 17 points in the game. Unloads. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. Curry's got 4 points this quarter. And so they foul intentionally.